obtained surveillance video that clearly shows the confrontation with law enforcement. You'll see the struggle between Kurt Reinhold and the deputies. NBC4's Vicky Vargas has more on that part of the story.
We have learned that the two deputies involved are on leave. One has been with the department for 8 years, the other 13 years with the force. The sheriff saying just a short while ago he is sorry about how this unfolded. Sheriff Don Barnes says his deputies are trained to de-escalate situations like this. He confirms one of the deputies shot twice and that the man now identified as Kurt Andras Reinhold died outside the Hotel Miramar.
Mr. Reinhold grabbed one of the deputies' weapons and appears to have tried to bring it out of the holster. It's not clear from the video if Mr. Reinhold was able to completely unholster the weapon.
He tripped, and that's when they attacked him, and he reached for the officer's gun, and then that's when the shots were fired.
Could you hear the shots from where you were standing?
Yes.
How many?
2.
The shooting sparked protests today, about 50 people blocking traffic as they rallied against the shooting. The protesters walking back and forth near the Hotel Miramar, where they stopped to remember Reinhold.
That man was not posing a threat.
Their march went on for hours, drawing supporters of police and arguments against.
We just need you guys to protest from the sidewalk.
Deputies made 5 arrests for disturbing the peace and vandalizing a patrol car. The district attorney takes over the investigation from here. They say there will be an independent autopsy and that anyone assigned to investigate this case will not have ever been employed by the sheriff's department. In Santa Ana, Vicky Vargas, NBC4 News.
All right. So they it's really it's crazy because this guy was jaywalking. All right. He was give me a break. All right. That was his crime. Jaywalking, something that we as Americans do every day. And for some reason, that's a problem. Okay. So I'm going to play this other video now that shows the new footage of the fatal shooting of this black man after he was stopped for jaywalking. Let's get into it. So,
hello,
see.
My name is Jeff Howling, Under Sheriff of the Orange County Sheriff's Department. This critical incident video is intended to provide you with information about a deputy-involved shooting involving the Orange County Sheriff's Department. A deputy-involved shooting demands the highest level of scrutiny and rightfully is a matter of public concern. In this critical incident video, we will provide a synopsis, including relevant video and audio, so you have a better understanding of what occurred during this incident. The investigation related to this incident is ongoing and could take up to 1 year to complete. With that in mind, our understanding of the incident may change as additional evidence is collected, analyzed, processed, and reviewed. Additionally, we withhold judgment and do not draw any conclusions about whether or not our deputies acted in a manner consistent with our policies and in accordance with the law until all facts are known and the investigations are complete.
Just read this part right here. The 2 deputies involved in the incident are assigned as full-time homeless liaison officers. These 2 men were placed for the responsibility of looking after homeless people in the city of San Clemente. Homeless liaison officers assisted the homeless population and provide them with access to the available resources and services while protecting the quality of life for the citizens of the Orange County through proactive enforcement.
I am Sergeant Dennis Breckner with the Orange County Sheriff's Department Public Affairs Division. I will provide you with a brief overview of the deputy-involved shooting that occurred on September 23, 2020 in the city of San Clemente, California. On Wednesday, September 23, 2020, at approximately 1:30 p.m., two deputies assigned to the homeless outreach team on patrol in the city of San Clemente observed a man who appeared to be jaywalking near El Camino Real, a busy four-lane street, and Avenida San Gabriel. The first video is from the patrol video system camera located inside the deputy's vehicle. When the deputies first arrived, they approached the man and attempt to talk free. The deputies are directing the man back to the sidewalk, and he refuses to follow their commands. Due to the direction of the patrol vehicle, you will not see the deputies or the man during the confrontation. The audio is from microphones attached to the deputies' uniforms, but as they move away from the vehicle, the audio becomes unintelligible.
Okie doke. He seen you, copper. Okie doke. Control, man. I don't know. It is. Like I just stop in the middle. Gabriel.
The next video you will see is from the cell phone video provided by a witness at the scene. This portion of the video starts after the deputies attempt to contact the man.
me from this rest that way. Niggas go right there. What did I get for? Stop touching. Stop touching. Stop touching. I mean, why you stop? What is it doing, bro? Stop touching. Stop touching. Stop touching, bro. What is your problem? Why you touching me? Why you touching me? Why you touching me? For what? Who are you? Really? Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Don't you see yourself? Do you see yourself? Do you see yourself?
The man is refusing to obey the deputy's commands to go back to the sidewalk and is actively resisting the deputy's attempt to detain him. A use of force occurs as both deputies try to gain control of him. During the use of force, one deputy is heard on the witness cell phone video saying, "He's got my gun," multiple times. Shortly after, following the deputy-involved shooting, the deputies gain control of the man, assess his condition, and begin CPR. The man was later pronounced deceased at the scene.
Trying to get this over here. Yeah. Damn.
This incident was also captured on surveillance video from a nearby motel. The surveillance video is motion activated and did not capture the entirety of the incident. The surveillance video begins after the initial use of force as the deputies are attempting to gain control of the man. We will first show you the video as it was captured by the surveillance video. Then we will provide you a closer version of the surveillance video. Please note that this video does not have audio. When a deputy-involved shooting occurs, 3 simultaneous investigations are immediately initiated. The Orange County District Attorney's Office conducts the primary investigation into the actions of the involved deputies to determine whether their actions were within the law. The Orange County Sheriff's Department Homicide Detail investigates the criminal conduct of any potential suspects prior to or during the incident. The third is an internal administrative investigation conducted by the Orange County Sheriff's Department to determine whether the actions of the involved deputies were within policy and consistent with our training, and identify areas where improvement is needed. Additionally, the Office of Independent Review examines the Orange County Sheriff's Department investigations. The Orange County District Attorney's Office and Orange County Sheriff's Department will continue to investigate and analyze this incident to determine whether the actions of the involved deputies were both within the law and department policy. Thank you for taking the time to view this critical incident video.
To me, I think those two deputies need to be fired because they should have known better. You're dealing with homeless people. Okay, he was jaywalking. Okay, he was jaywalking. Please tell me, where is the crime of jaywalking? I just want to know. How is that a crime? I just want to know, what's that crime? And would it be an issue if it was a non-black person jaywalking? Yes, I'm bringing race into this because it's a factor. Okay? It's crazy. That man didn't have to die. And it does need to have, I'll say it again, reform needs to be done with the police departments across the board when it comes to handling the mentally ill. And the fact that these men were put in charge of dealing with the homeless liaison, a screw up like this, they have to go to jail. The Orange County Sheriff's Office has released a video of the fatal shooting of 42-year-old Kurt Andras Reinhold in San Clemente. Now let me just see if this is showing up again. Okay, let's do it. I can't believe it. It's for jaywalking. Jaywalking. A 42-year-old man is shot for jaywalking. But I understand the fact that he went for the officer's gun. But the reality of the situation, they were supposed to de-escalate this situation. They were supposed to talk to this man in a different tone. Okay. It didn't even have to be. These men were completely dumb and bored. That's what it was. They were dumb, bored, and had power. That was dangerous. I'll say it again. Dumb, bored, and had power. Okay. The video shows several angles of the shooting, which occurred after two homeless liaison officers stopped Reinhold for allegedly jaywalking. Taken together, they show the entirety of the stop, which ended in Reinhold being shot to death by one of the policemen. The first begins with a dash cam footage and audio from the officers' microphones. The officers appear to argue whether or not Reinhold jaywalked by walking through an intersection against the light before confronting him. The microphones pick up arguments between the officers and Reinhold, who repeatedly asks why he's being stopped and yells at the officers for placing hands on him. The second clip shows the officers attempting to detain Reinhold, shot from a cell phone across the street. The pair can be seen wrestling Reinhold to the ground. The video loses track of the three men when gunshots ring out as the witnesses flees to duck behind a nearby car. Third clip comes from the surveillance footage, and the sheriff's office has edited to circle Reinhold's hand when they claim he was reaching for one of the officers' guns. Reinhold's death sparked protests in Southern California, and his family has sued the department, claiming wrongful death. The family released a statement following the video being shared, saying that it proved the stop was illegitimate. The footage released by the OC Sheriff's Office today confirms that what we knew all along. The involved deputies had no reason to stop Mr. Reinhold. They said, per the Orange County Register, the officers can be heard disagreeing about whether he had jaywalked or not, since he had crossed at the controlled intersection. This is crazy, man. This is insane. This has to be dealt with, because all it does is feed into the divide, and it needs to be reformed in the police department. They had no right to stop this man at all. This man had kids, and he can never see them again. And this is horrible. This is horrible and unacceptable. And I really don't want to hear any idiots, Blue Lives Matter cronies, okay? Like I said, you could be for the cops, but have common sense. These cops need to be fired. Full stop. End of discussion. That's what needs to happen. All right. Tell me what you think about this shooting. What are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.